recently that proves to be more romantic than any script that anyone could imagine. Take a look. Linda Purl and Patrick Duffy ran in the same circles for decades and defined television stardom. From Dallas and Step by Step to Happy Days, Matlock, and The Office, they were in our living rooms every week for decades. Despite all their experience in the business, they never acted together or said more than a few words in passing. Finally, in late 2019, mutual friend Richard Thomas, aka John Boy from the Waltons, connected them by text. And when 2020 lockdowns hit, Linda in Colorado and Patrick in Oregon formed an unexpected bond over the internet, which led to a made-for-TV romance. 2.5 years strong, Linda and Patrick have traveled the country together, toured on stage in the UK, and finally appeared on television together as a couple. Please welcome stars of TV and a love story we love, Linda Purl and Patrick Duffy. Times I cried reading this love story. It is so beautiful. I gotta get my tissue ready here.
Oh, girl.
All right, so let's go back. 3 years ago, as I understand, both of you pretty much resigned that you weren't dating. I know, Patrick, you lost your wife for many, many years. Linda, you had been very open about marriages in the past. So you're at this point, you're settled in with being single.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Happy to be a grandfather, just settled.
So then there was a group text that started with friends.
Yes, Patrick and I bumped into each other at sort of an event, an unlikely event, and I was about to go see Richard Thomas back in New York a couple days later, and Patrick said, "Oh, we lost touch. Here's my email. Put us back in touch." So now I did, but now the three of us are on this group text for a little while.
And then Richard dropped out because he's married and had a family, and we were just like, so what are you doing? And then COVID hit. COVID just slammed it, and I left Canada, film canceled. She left here in New York.
But you ended up in 2 different states.
Yeah, I was in Oregon and she was in Colorado.
Okay.
And we would text every...
Like kids, texting.
Texting like
Exactly.
kids. Oh, not like this. I do it like this.
And I think maybe one day by accident somebody hit, there was like FaceTime. It's like, oh, that's scary. Okay.
So then you by accident start FaceTiming?
Yeah, but we were talking like, you washing your vegetables? Oh, yes. It wasn't at all. It was just somebody to talk to because we were completely isolated.
So did it cross your mind at all that these conversations were, because, you start to have revealing conversations. You start to be vulnerable with one another.
Yeah.
Especially during that time. We're all locked down. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And now you are talking.
Absolutely. We graduated to this thing called, neither one of us had heard about it at that time, called Zoom. And so we started to Zoom sort of once a week, and then...
Who flirted with who first?
She got Zoom because I didn't know about it.
Oh.
So on one of our FaceTime, she says, I've got a thing called Zoom and you have to do it. So we started
But who
Zoom.
started flirting first?
That happened very gradually. We started talking every night for a couple of hours, and it was very surface, and isn't this a strange world we're living in now? And then Patrick read a poem that he'd written, and then I played some music. Yeah, it was a good poem, and
for those of you on the dating app, that's a good one.
So you started reading poetry, and then I love, Patrick, you drove to see Linda.
Well, the first thing I did was I made the big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
One of our Zooms, and we Zoomed every single night for over 2 months for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh.
Sometimes just listen to music together. Well, she would listen to music and I'd watch her listen. But one night, we both remember this one night, it's like, okay, you're an hour later, so it's time for you to go to bed. Okay, good night, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, and I said, okay, good night, I love you. And I clicked off and I went,
I was like, what? Don't go away, don't go away.
I said the L word. And that the next settled into like we have to see what this is
I
about.
told you, this is an epic love story. So here we are. Patrick has dropped the L word. Linda is in shock. They're locked